Hello, this is Stavix. Today I'm making an update video for PEVRA, and if you look on my screen you realize that PEVRA has been changed. The description has been modified to explain exactly what PEVRA does so that you guys understand exactly what PEVRA does, and I'm going to summarize to you the problems PEVRA solved. So if you look on the screen, this is the user guide. The first most important thing I want to emphasize here are the problems PEVRA solves before we move to a uh, because the first video I did is quite complicated to show the use cases. We're going to move to a simple use case so that people will comprehend, but it's far more than the scope that I'm going to present. However, the first thing PEVRA solves is security testing. One, security testing is usually expensive, slow, and hard to schedule. So PEVRA performs penetrating testing and vulnerability assessment instantly and safely only after you approve the scope. That's the first thing it solves. Number two, organization struggle to stay compliant. PEVRA automatically maps findings to frameworks like the NIST, the ISO, the GDPR, the HYPER, PCI DSS, and industry specific regulations. Number three, remediations. Remediation is often unclear. PEVRA provide clear, prioritized, actionable remediation steps with suggestion timelines. Number four, security teams lack unified visibility. Instead of judging multiple tools, PEVRA combine vulnerability data, asset classification, risk analysis, compliant mapping, etc., pen testing, and so on into one unified workflow. Number five, missing or unmanaged assets create hidden risks. PEVRA identify shallow IT, unmanaged assets, high risk system, dependency risks, so you can fix what you didn't even know existed. So you can fix what you didn't even know existed. That's five most important point I can share with you at what PEVRA solved, the problems that PEVRA solved, and you will see them listed. Now, in order to demonstrate simply how PEVRA functions or how you can use it in a simple use case scenario, I will start by greeting PEVRA, hi, to establish that conversation, to establish communication with PEVRA. And once I greet PEVRA is going to come back and ask me how or what am I planning to do today. So the greeting is come and what type of PEVRA is asking me what type of what type of system am I working with today. Forgive me, there was a call that tried to disturb us. Okay, I've told PEVRA that I'm working on a technology company. Sorry, that's the second part of the answer. I'm working on a technology company, and then he's gonna ask us what um what scope of assessment are we trying to do today. So he has asked, nice to meet you. For technology company which assess you like me to help with you today, please choose one. So I've said, okay, I want to do web application assessment. So I've given the answer, which assessment vulnerability falls under web application. So pen testing also for that, depending on what we want to test. After I want to do with web application testing, and he's gonna ask another question. Great choice, web application. Which web application or domain do you want to? I'll now tell PEVRA that I want our customer portal. So I'm going to say this is what I want to test, our customer portal. And then PEVRA is going to ask another question, which I'm going to answer. Thank a few. Are there any compliance framework I should consider? Hopefully, that's what he's going to ask us. And I'm going to say, yes, yes, there should be, or they are. Good. Thank you for the domain. Quick scope check. Is this the only in-scope web application, or will you like to add additional domain or subdomain? I tried to think more than that, but he was more than me. That's the only. That is the only for now. Now I've answered that. That is the only thing I want to do for now. So let's wait and see the next question. Oh, I hope Pedro is able to correct my typo. I said that is just type without looking. I'm sorry about that. Let's wait. So maybe my typo has made Pera to be thinking, oh, what type of language is that? Awesome. Pera is back. So Pera came back. Awesome. That is it. Cybersecurity assessment authorization draft. So Pera has given us a draft of the information, organization, technology. Please insert the exact company name and then assessment type that. Number two is assessment type. Yeah, compliance context to be assessed. These are the compliance context that he's going to assess. And then scope, in scope web application. He has given us the information, authorization, authorization activity, non-destructive within the scope, prohibited activity, assessing, accessing, or infiltration customer data. That's the thing that is going to test window and duration. Everything is given on this authorization. So if I have to approve example, approve my full name and my job. So I'm going to say approve. And my name is Musa Adamu. My name is I'm a cyber security specialist. And my company name is NTM. So I've approved it and I've given the information that have been asked. So let's wait, and this is we're having a conversation with Pera. So hopefully everything's going to die. We already approved our stuff, and then we're waiting for Pera to give us the analysis or to assess what I've given him to assess. So Pera is doing the job right now. Oh, Pera has done the job. Now there's a question. Please proceed by selecting the next action you need help with. So, but he has done it. Authorization approved. Thank you, Musa. I have captured the following MTN organization assessment type, this scope, that compliance context, this authorized activity was done, prohibited activity, data handling, data minimization, encryption, list privilege access for testing accounts, deliverables, technical findings with evidence, remediation guidance, compliance mapping, audit trail. Please proceed by selecting the next action you will need to take. So, what next action do I need to take? That's a good question, right? Wow, finally, Pera comes back with a plan on how it is going to perform the vulnerability assessment that we have selected above. And he moved further by asking us, how do we, how would you like to connect to the target environment? So he has to be connected to perform this task. Now, it is either you provide the data, you already have the data, or connect to system, provide testing credential or API endpoints, or connect me. You can connect PEVRA to system, set up direct system integration or network access so I can reach the target environment directly. Interesting. So that is how PEVRA gets connected to data. In this case, we can provide upload existing. So we're going to upload sample data so that PEVRA can proceed with it, and hopefully we see what we are looking for. Bear with me, I'm trying to get the data. So as you can see, I've provided PEVRA. I provided PEVRA with the document, the data, for it to perform the vulnerability assessment. So PEVRA is performing the vulnerability assessment, and he has thanked me for the data. He has given the executive summary, and he's going to you see PEVRA is identifying, starting with the executive summary, critical findings. He has given us all the critical findings that is found on that file and other notable findings. It has given us other notable findings, and he went further to say technical findings from the sample. These are all technical findings that he's seen it. There's a request smoking. Index severity is very high, 9.1. And he went further for to give us more critical findings, and we're still seeing everything going on. So this is supporting observation from the provided logs. These are observations that it has observe. It has access inventory snapshot. So it has given an asset inventory snapshot with all the high, low, and beautiful stuff that we can see from it. Okay, because it has also given us compliance context and risk assessment snapshot, compliance context, risk assessment snapshot, remediation priorities, and suggested timeline. And it has given us compliance mapping. It has given us deliverables and next steps. So all these things are perfectly accurate based on the data that I've ingested. So this is real time, show, and this is perfect. So please try it, have your time, work with it, and then let me know what you think. This is an updated version, an updated video for PEVRA, and with this one we have concentrated only on vulnerability assessment, and I've explained to you guys from step one how I establish communication, answer all the questions that PEVRA is asking me, providing everything that PEVRA is providing me. And if you do the same, if you have a data set that was compromised already, you can use that to test PEVRA capability. But I assure you, Terra is 100% working and 100% efficient. Thank you for listening. God bless you.